Performance there from Navi after a couple of early tumbles or stumbles up against Titan, and once again it's time to introduce my desk. I'm Alex Machine Richardson, joined by Natu and Vendetta, as it's time now to open up the floor, open up the desk. Well, there is a floor, but we're probably more involved at the desk to talk about what just happened. And starting with you, Natu, your thoughts on the performance there from both teams?
Well, it started good early for Titan, actually. Navi won the pistol, then mucked up the second round, as we've seen a lot of that this weekend and CSGO in general lately. But then, yeah, Titan went on a run. Navi able to creep those 5 rounds was enough to work with on the second round. Again, we saw pistol round win, this time Titan, and then Navi bringing it back and then just using that better than Titan did.
And Halvor, you kind of along the same wavelength?
That was pretty much it. Navi just had the better run on the CT side. That's really what it came down to, because neither teams really did all that much on their T side. Well, Navi obviously did more, seeing how they came out on top, but it wasn't really a game of the T sides for any of the teams. It came down to how well they played CT, and Navi just continued on in the same shape they've done whenever we've seen them play Mirage most of the time in recent months, and that worked out perfectly. But this was Navi's map pick, we have to remember that, so it was expected of them to win. That said, I think that this was the one map where we could have seen an upset in terms of Titan maybe stealing a map. Going into Cash, I don't think
that...
like
it, right? At
yeah,
one point.
It really looked like it at start, especially Apex starting off at a certain point. I think it was something like 20-6. And even Kenny S was joining in on that. And if you have Apex and Kenny S really stepping up, then that's normally a very good sign if you're Titan. Going into Cash, I think that, well, obviously it's a must-win for Titan, but I think they're in a really good spot to take that map. And we have seen Navi play Cash previously. It hasn't been that impressive, at least not compared to what we've seen from Titan, especially in their game versus TSM and whatnot. So I'm looking forward to seeing this one. I think it's going to be a 3-mapper.
And you've touched on Cash there, so I'm going to come back to you, Natu. This being the second map, it's been described as a must-win by Halvor. And what is your kind of, when you see Titan and you see those Cash, those two words next to each other, is there anything that comes to mind? Do they have a particular style to their Cash play, or is it very kind of standard?
Nothing super specific, just Titan. I mean, again, it's going to be, I think, a lot of emphasis on well, Kenny. Kenny hasn't exactly been a super monster post-update, I guess, but I think that's going to be one of the keys here. At the same time, I'm going to say Titan just has a better track record on Cash, and that just plays in their favor. How
about you, Halvor? There's no real specifics. You just think that it's just Titan as a whole prefer the map, or is there a different way they adopt it?
I think they just prefer the map. They like playing it, and they do so well because Kenny is allowed to either get boosted up into mid, search for a frag there, or he can go towards A apps with his smoke and jump on top of the, I guess, wardrobes at the back of the A main and just search up for frags. Existence usually is just going to hang out in mid and throw his Molotov into vents and then suddenly pop out through his smoke and see if he can clear anything in mid, that type of thing. They're going to do the same thing they've been doing over and over, but it's been very successful so far, so it's working for them, and that's why they enjoy playing the map.
Let's see how the battle of in-game leaders goes down then in map 2, Existence up against Zeus. It's time to jump in with your casters, and since they told me off and I completely forgot about Similar last time, I'm going to take a deep breath. And it's with great pleasure that I introduce your casting team. It's a 3-1, and it is Devil Manler.
It kind of works. It kind of works. As a big border comes up into the lower third, D-Manler. But yes, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. So if you just joined me, I am D-Man. Of course, joining me is Devil Walk from Fnatic, and of course, Semler. You all know who Semler is, don't you? It is 1-0 Navi, 16-12, the first map against Titan. We're on to Cash now. This is very much Titan territory. More importantly, this is definitely not Navi territory. We were actually expecting this one to possibly be vetoed out at the start.
Well, I mean, it's kind of, I feel like Navi has a bad map pool at the moment. Like, they don't like Cash, they don't like Nuke.
Yeah.
They don't have enough vetoes to actually veto every map.
Guardian actually suggested it in his interview. He's like, yeah, I feel we've got a bad map pool against Titan.
And you know, they've been suffering ever since Train was removed, because that was literally their strongest map. And ever since Train has been removed, it's always been this just melee of, you know, where do we go next? What do we do next? And it's been a real struggle for Na'Vi when that one map. I feel like they were the team that was impacted the most by that change in the map pool.
It's funny you should mention that, because actually I overheard MBK and Na'Vi talking about it. It's like, and MBK was like, but it's all right for you guys because Train's back. And it's like, you know, like, yeah, don't ban that out from us, please. So they're
Na'Vi haven't even tried the map yet. They don't even know what it looks like. That's the thing. Like, nobody has actually put any effort into that map, despite it being added back into the competitive pool.
Yeah, that was one of the questions I actually had for this tournament. I was like, 2 days before, it's sudden realization. I was like, whoa, wait, is Train actually being used? No, it's not. Oh, okay. And good job as well, because like you said, nobody's actually had a chance to practice this one. So obviously, well, actually, you know, I was about to say, obviously, most teams want to take the CT side on this, but this is one of the maps that really can go determined to the team. Like, some teams do prefer T side. I think it was NIP against Envy that picked T side after winning knife round at Katowice.
This is like, in Fnatic as well, we don't really care. We almost think our T side could be equally strong as our CT side, so it's like, whatever, we'll play it. I think people just generally go for CT, and some teams are like, we'll just take CT. It's comfortable. We don't have to think too much into it.
It's the comfort thing, right? You start getting your aim in. I suppose the only thing is, you know, we talked about it earlier, is just, you know, if you take T side, then there's a little bit less pressure on you, whereas when you're CT side, every round, you know, you're thinking, okay, well, we're on the favored side. We should be crushing them right now. And then you can have this additional pressure that starts to build up on you. So Titan, they get the you know, air quotes, easy start here. They're going to be starting on the CT side after a fantastic duel between Existence and Seized to win that knife round. So what do we see from them already as far as the gear is concerned? Quite a decent spread, actually.
Well, we'll see whether Edward gets his ace again. That's what we could see. They've given him the Tech 9 again. So this time around, it's going to be a lot more drawn-out ace if it happens. Apex actually left alone. And there is 3 members of Na'Vi over on the A side, but looks like they're going to back away from main.
It's kind of a similar pistol they did on Mirage, where they put three guys on the B side, one alone. Apex was alone on the A side as well, and Existence just trying to get some information in middle, and that is going to direct their actual rotations.
One thing to note is that Guardian's been dropped to P250 as well. So there's also, you know, this used to be like the, whoa, you know, P250 armor. This is really strong in pistol. Now, of course, you can one-up it with the Tech 9. But, you know, Guardian also showing that he's quite capable at using that skillful pistol.
Well, Existence hasn't shown himself, hasn't peaked. He's just listening in that mid and covering off short, waiting for someone to push through. Now he's going to hear them pushing through. Titan are actually in really good position for this attack.
And they're actually going to run right into the stack. This is going to work out perfectly. RPK and Kenny do manage to pick up 2 kills, but then they're instantly returned. Money nade coming in from Existence, however. And he's going to get slapped down by Maniac. All in the space of, what, 5 seconds? It's just both teams, this car crash, this just complete and utter destruction of, like, rending metal and, well, flying shrapnel, essentially.
I mean, there were basically 4 members on the B side. With Maniac actually pushing back there, Existence has the time to actually be 2 members defending the B side, even when RPK and Kenny S went down. So it's like they're facing two players and then 2 more.
I mean, how do you look at that when you go into a replay? When you're obviously seeing that, clearly you've been read, your situation's been read. Do you think we just didn't get enough information at the start? We didn't peek the angles enough? We didn't have just basically an open look at A main?
But it's very, very hard to actually get information on the T pistol. You don't want to challenge too many CT pistols. Actually, this is just a completely clean up here from Titan. Great anti-turn. There were actually 3 members already on the A side.
Exactly. Titan are like, well, we just demolished them on B and the pistol. They're probably going to go over to A. Again, a right call for Titan. Existence on point right now. Stacks 3 people up there, and it's the slaughter. And Na'Vi just, they are actually going to go for some kind of quasi-buy? No, they're going to go for a buy here. And it's not going to be the best one just because they haven't had that many kills. Pistol round and second round have been pretty dominant for Titan. So it's going to be a very light buy coming out here from Na'Vi.
Yeah, somewhat delayed approach as well. There was 2 or 3 of them sticking around.
Why are they saving money?
Yeah, well, exactly. If you're going to buy, just fully commit. There's 3 players still with like 15, nearly 2,000.
They're going to go for a double buy, I think. I think they're going to drop AKs the next round as well.
Okay, then. This is a very interesting approach.
Well, Maniac's actually the only man on A. RPK is about to move back up there, so is Kenny S. So I'm guessing they've heard footsteps over on the A site. That's given enough warning for Titan to push out. Their Existence left himself all alone on the B, while this is the right read once again from Titan, and if Na'Vi go for this play, which they are lining up for, I can see the smoke's going to come out from, I think it's seized at the back there, yeah, the smoke's going to come out, there it is, popping out, and it's completely read perfectly by Titan.
They have 4 people here in position already. Kenny going to be holding the close angle onto A main from behind forklift, and he's going to just instantly catch out Edward, backs off, changes up his position. In the meantime, his teammates just trying to shred Na'Vi as they push onto this site, and that's exactly what's going to happen. Double kill coming through with the MP7, and then Apex mopping things up with that M4.
I mean, when that push came through, there were basically 4 Titan members actually holding that push. And we see it, they're actually going for like an AK. I guess Flamey will have a Tech 9.
Yeah, but
very low nade.
They can only force smokes, yeah, there's 1 flash, 2 flashes, okay, Flamey just picked one up as well. But that is it. Head armor, of course, as well for the AKs, but yeah, strange setup last time, but yeah, as you just pointed out, hell of a lot of incendiaries for Titan, and already Maniac's got himself his first of the round. This time, Na'Vi going with a little bit more of a split approach, but again, they are completely smoked off, and they are looking for anything, anywhere to go.
At least they recover the rifle so that Flamey has some firepower to play with now, but that's insanely frustrating when Maniac just comes through that A smoke like that. It's a very tricky play to counter, and Na'Vi now gathered up in mid. They've got Flamey making his way up to A site with the bomb, but there's more than a minute left, so this might as well be a lifetime where Na'Vi are concerned. They could be taking all day. Apex controlling mid from Sandbags is going to take out Zeus, and that's the initial frag going his way. Edward, however, does return, so only a man advantage maintained here for Titan.
Yeah, and I'm actually a bit... I'm not sure what the plan is.
Kenny looked away.
Seas gets the kill on Kenny S, and this is huge. They have very slow rotation. It's actually only Maniac here.
But he manages to get one, pops out from Nuke. Edward's going to get back around the backside of him, but he's ready for it, but he manages to take his head clean off his shoulders. The smoke will go down, and Na'Vi now looking to get that planted, but, well, they might not need it because they've already taken existence down. RPK pushing up in towards the smoke. He's got 1 over on quad, 1 at forklift, and he's going to choose to go up on high, but already this is going to get spotted out. Sees just waiting that. He's going to be right on top of him. It's going to force him to shift his position. Just adjust slightly. Edward has the perfect angle dropped. He's going to drop straight in towards Edward. And Edward, well, picks himself up 4 in that round. It was a slow approach, and after losing that 1 man at the start, you felt that once again Titan had the better of him, but Na'Vi this time took the slow approach through mid and took over control, wrestled it out the hands of Titan.
It was basically just Edward winning his one-on-one duels and pushes. I mean, I don't know. They were basically with Ceased getting that kill on Kenny S as well. That was basically the switching point, but didn't actually feel like Na'Vi knew exactly what they were doing that round.
Not at all. And what I'm really surprised to see is just how much
I love that boost.
Yeah, it is a sick boost, but just how much emotion Maniac is showing. Like, he slammed his desk after losing the duel versus Edward and then just proceeded to type out a novel, and he still hasn't stopped talking. So Maniac really showing quite a bit of emotion, and that's not exactly what you want to be seeing. You want to be seeing, you know, keeping it calm. This is only 1 round that has gone Na'Vi's way. You shouldn't be getting frustrated quite yet.
Murder, She Wrote by Maniac.
And, well, yeah, we'll see. That's, I mean, just, you know, I'm kind of surprised by that.
Well, Na'Vi once again going to slow things down. Smokes are dissipating in the mid, and Edward once again is up on boost. It worked out well for them last time around. Let's see if he can do it again as A-Main is going to get crawled towards. Apex is going to step away, but remember, they boosted Maniac up for this one.
And Flamey's going to check this corner. They know, Na'Vi know that Maniac favors this. If they do not check this corner, it's a massive mistake on Na'Vi's part.
Oh, I thought he was going to get away with it. They do manage to check him, but it was only the second person coming through, and that's going to be the A site opened up. Kenny S and RPK making their way across, but Seas might catch one of the crosses there. Just gets a glimpse of it, gets a run down, will try and get the second as well. They're going to challenge him, and Seas, well, not going to work out for him. Kenny S has managed to get 2 down. Meanwhile, as they push it on through, hops around, Seas will get that finally. The second chance of asking existence, knows his position. The grenade was beautiful, but Flamey unfortunately had the position. A lot of people lost for Na'Vi, but once again they pick up the round, and that actually may cause a problem for Titan here.
Yeah, just getting those picks, they actually, I mean, as you said, really, really good actually checking that corner for Maniac. That's how they usually play Titan. They kind of put him there, and they want to gamble somewhere. So they gambled 3 people actually on the B side there. But now he's basically only gone for A at this point. Let's see how if that continues.
As much as I like to say it, the fact that even I know he does that play means that Navi absolutely know he does that play.
Yeah, that's the main thing, and you really do get surprised now when teams get caught off guard by that, because it really is, it's almost like Shroud Cloud9, you know, it's just like you have to check that corner because he really does favor that position. And it's almost something where, you know, you really do need to start changing up on Titan's side as far as your A hold. But not to throw him under the bus, it was also just a very thorough play put out there by Na'Vi. And we have 4 members surviving here for Na'Vi at the end of that anti-eco. So solid work by Na'Vi. They're the ones who are now starting to turn things around as far as the money is concerned for themselves. Whereas Titan, their backs continue to be against the wall here after that 3-loss streak. They're finally going to be able to get a bye together. But again, very limited nades, skimping on the helmet armor, and not a single kit picked up here. So they really do need to stop Na'Vi from getting a bomb plant in this situation without a kit for the defuse.
I'm actually surprised they're not opting for any change up in they're playing a 2-1-2 with Apex, getting that information. Ooh, this is exciting. Boosting all the smoke. But I kind of want them to see, like, to have more men in middle to kind of pick off Na'Vi and get faster rotation to both sides instead of kind of gambling as Titan has been doing.
Once again, Na'Vi looking for the slow approach. Edward's been on this boost the last few rounds, and it's worked out well for Na'Vi. Titan is covering off as deep as he can, and well, Guardian just comes straight across, takes him clean off, and that's complete mid-control lost. Kenny S realizes it, backs away. Maniac all alone, smoked off on A site as well, but he may push into that smoke. He's expecting someone to come creeping around, but that's not where Na'Vi are going. They're going through to B.
Yeah, this is a very clear thing. It seems kind of telegraphed here by Na'Vi what their intentions are. Kenny, he's dancing around in Connector. He needs to win that duel, and he's not going to get it done. Edward is going to eviscerate him, and now it's RPK in Existence. RPK in his usual spot. He's going to get taken out. It's down to Existence now to lock down this site, and he is not going to last. 4 members alive here for Na'Vi as they walk onto the B site. Maniac trying to do the best that he can, and he's Jansen as best he can as well, but it's not going to be good enough. Can't get around that corner fast enough to take the duel versus Zeus, and he gets overwhelmed. Na'Vi are getting way too much momentum now. They're going to constantly just continue to break Titan's economy if it keeps going this way.
I really, really liked what they did in middle. They challenged, they went out, took control, and I mean, they kind of cut off the rotation for Titan, and they had to like play 2 and 2, which is like the worst thing you can do as CT, is split off the defense. You actually have to take a gamble, maybe go free towards B and having one information player. Like checking, just standing car and checking if they're actually going A and make a retake in that case, or even have the possibility to save the guns.
Edward's going through vents. They managed to make the way through into checkers. Seized also got a glimpse of Existence. That grenade is going to be right on point. That will take him down. And again, Na'Vi make the way in towards B side. They haven't breached it yet. And Flame is actually the man around mid. Kennyus is going to try and loop around the back of him, but is he going to get there in time? Maniac comes around, but this has to be fast play. Kennyus has to start making tracks because Na'Vi are slowly picking him off. Does get around, but the surprise factor's too late. Zeus expected that. And Na'Vi do pick themselves up a fairly clean round there. 5-3 now, 5 rounds back-to-back on the T side for Na'Vi.
You can see the power of the Molotovs in those anti-ecos, like throwing and forcing them out. Even though it seemed like it was a dangerous position for Na'Vi, they still make it out when picking up the kill on their RPK there.
I'm seeing, well, what I see there from how quickly Kenny was pushing in is, I don't know if it's like a lack of trust in his teammates to buy time for him, because Zeus heard those steps. That's the issue. Yeah. Zeus hears those steps that close, so that's why his flank doesn't work. Zeus is going to be able to just set up and win that duel. So if Kenny could have started walking a little bit sooner, right, maybe his flank would have been more effective there. Of course, you know, this is a matter of split seconds, and in that call, you know, you're just going to go for it. Titan really trying to force things right now, and they need to start slowing down a little bit to find themselves again.
They're keeping the same setups, like 2-1-2. It feels like they should change things up, maybe go for a double op setup and go for the picking style, like anteing the picking style of Na'Vi, who's been really, really good at getting picks and control over middle.
Look at this, though. 4 players on the A site right now from Titan. After pushing 2 into A main to take a fight to try and get some info, now they rotate them back to the B site.
But that's kind of all the information they needed. I think it was Maniac and Apex. They both got flashed out, checked A main, realized it was completely clear, which is why we've seen RPK and Apex just make tracks straight back to this B site and stack up. They're there in time. This might well work for them. Maniac's going to find himself head-to-head with Seized. Edward is also there. Zeus goes down. And this has worked out very well for them. Flamey and Na'Vi have completely changed direction.
He's alone. He's alone. Flamey is alone right now. He needs somebody to back him as they go through this. Flash into A main, and that's going to be Kenny trying to peek to get some info. But Kenny, Kenny's got the sight right now. He's the man who needs to hold, and he is going to be able to do that because Seized is going to get taken out in turn. Flamey does take out Kenny, but then Apex comes back into it, and Flamey is actually going to be the man to get the bomb plant at the last possible second. I don't know. That's just like a complete and utter...
That's a weird
tornado, whirlwind, right? Yeah, exactly. Maniac getting the 2 kills on short as well is just wild.
But it seems like Titan actually makes a gamble rotation there because Maniac is actually not staying into that A main to get that early information. If they would have come back, maybe they jump down boost because it's not actually that common to stay in A main like at that point of time. Like you drop down boost and maybe slowly walk into A main to get ready for an execution. But they don't have that information. And it was kind of a gamble rotation from Titan in my opinion.
Well, for the fact that they had flashed themselves out to main and just right, okay, let's everybody back to B. Let's just check short while we're there. It seemed to work out well for them, that's for sure. Who knows what's going through the mind of Existence. Certainly he seemed to read that situation well, and it was the first rifle round for Titan against Na'Vi. They've been able to buy straight back up here, as you would expect. Maniac once again goes looking on A main. This time he's going to get him in there. Something I have noticed, actually, is that Titan really don't seem to have any interest at gaining mid control.
No, they just had a man spotting, and late round they just randomly rotate the player towards either A or B. Now Maniac actually has that control, so it makes more sense, but still.
He's taken it from the beginning. He's been just consistently smoking out here. Exactly, there's another one that goes down to block off the entrance to A main. So this is buying more time. With 45 seconds left on the clock, now it's up for Na'Vi to decide where they want to take this. Flamey is still lurking in Squeak Door.
But the rotations is going to be so slow. If either one of these players get caught off guard, they're basically going to lose the round.
Kenny S wins the duel with Guardian. Maniac also in main will get himself one. So this attack, as you said, 20 seconds left on the clock. Edward picks up the AWP and makes his way up there, but he's going to find out Kenny S. Kenny S gets himself a second victim. Zeus the last man, but he's going to run straight into Apex. And that was a good round for Titan. And Na'Vi this time delayed. They went for their slower approach, and it's kind of backfired on them. They had 4 members in mid on cash there. They could have gone either direction, but they instead ran straight into Kenny S.
I mean, I guess theoretical Counter-Strike doesn't matter with Kenny S in the lineup.
It's just good to see that he's still able to get those kinds of performances, right? And on CT side, that's where he should be excelling because he's just going to be able to hold these long lines and not have to go scoping around corners, which is how he plays his T side. So good to see that AWP is still having an impact, and Titans certainly need him to be stepping up and delivering those kinds of multiple frag rounds.
This is what I mean, though. Guardian and Edward have been boosting over that mid box, and every time there's no one there to challenge them from Titan. There's no one there to even see them. Existence, though, is waiting in the wings. He's in the vents. He manages to pop out and get one, but they've completely given it up. Apex comes around. Guardian shuts him down.
And again, Apex not having any luck this so far, and Seized is actually going to catch out Maniac at Forklift. Kenny S is going to reply, but then Flamey is going to follow up on that. So good trade frags happening here for Na'Vi, except that Existence is going to catch Edward, who's trying to lurk and catch the rotators. We're now into a 2-on-2 scenario. Guardian desperately trying to get up short to get in position to help his teammate, and he's going to make it in time. Just in the nick of time does he make it past around that corner behind Forklift.
Navi's actually playing like a good game. They know how they play, and actually they get into these 2-on-1 situation. They jump out of the smoke from A main, push. This
is very awkward for Guardian. This is very awkward for Guardian. He's not
planted for him.
Yeah, exactly. He's not planted. There you go. There's the flash. It's going to buy the time. Does Guardian get on it? 2 seconds left. 1 second. Existence is going to make it work. He is going to stick that bomb plant.
And get the kill straight afterwards. He managed to get everything he wanted from that one. That should not have been a Titan round after that opener.
No, Na'Vi had full control over both middle and the A site. I'm not sure exactly what happened. They
Flamey challenged. Yeah. Flamey challenged, I think. I think that's the one thing that happened there. Guardian, that bomb was not planned for him. They needed to keep Flamey alive on the site to keep eyes there. And Flamey, I think, took the fight in CT. And Guardian couldn't land that shot because he killed the guy who killed Flamey. So... And now the aggressive push here from Titan into B Hall is really nicely done. And that's another thing that's being changed up here by Titan. They're willing to start pushing around on the map, applying the pressure.
Really like that. It's a great decision.
Really? Does
Yeah.
JW does that quite a lot, I feel, in A main.
It's like, look at the map. Look at how little map control Na'Vi has, because they think they need to re-challenge and actually take this map control. They waste like 20, 25 seconds just getting that kill as well.
Flash around the corner now. They're going to check out Toxic, and they just go right into Toxic. No fear at all.
Well, as you said, the 20 seconds has delayed. They've been looking at it. They've been staring at it. There was a lot of smokes that went down there. But actually, I think most of them came out from Na'Vi, looking across their assortment. I didn't catch out whether they managed to stack them out. But here we go. Once again, Edward on the boost. Again, finding no one from Titan. And we'll see what they do with this one. This time it's going to be a B. The two, looks like Zeus is going to go through vents. RPK has got himself tucked in the back of checkers. Apex finds Edward, so they're running into this one. Existence is ready. RPK is ready. And Na'Vi, they're going to walk once again into a trap.
Yeah, RPK, he's going to spring the trap right there from checkered, but then Zeus comes in through vents. Bit of miscommunication there. RPK getting caught out, and they are going to be able to actually go into a 2-on-2 scenario here. Zeus getting the bomb plant, and once again, Guardian alive. AK in hand this time, but he hears the steps on upper, so now they know where Kenny is coming from. Kenny bungling that nade, but doesn't miss the shot. And now it's into that 2-on-1. Can Guardian get in the right position? Yes, he can. He gets the headshot, but not the trade kill. Maniac will come through, and he's got plenty of time. He's got so much time, in fact, he's going to go and run up there to save that AWP.
Yeah, clacked up Kenny's magic stick and straight back go for... Valuable seconds being lost there, but he's got a kit. He's safe. So 7-5 the score. Titan will pick that one up, and they've got themselves a little rhythm going here. 3 rounds back to back, but that shouldn't be a problem for Na'Vi. They can just buy straight back up over the top of that one. And let's see if they don't get drawn into any shenanigans down at B there. That quick push. I think it was it RPK that pushed out quickly and got the kill?
They made a two-man push with Existence and RPK, I think, and they just backed off. I mean, after the def cam, it seemed like they had map control, or actually were there, so Na'Vi actually had to regain that map control, and eventually they could just work off the rotation. But some individual performances from Na'Vi made that really, really close, actually.
Look how aggressive Apex is going. Straight up, catches Guardian off guard the second that Molly turns. And well, damage done, steps away, backs off, and again, Na'Vi is just suddenly looking around going, what just happened, guys? How did we allow someone to get so close? Another falls over at B, another A main. Maniac and Apex picking them apart, and Edward all alone in this one. This is going to force Na'Vi down to an 8-5 situation, and Titan now starting to get some momentum going in this CT side.
Yeah, they are recovering, and this might buy them a little bit more time as well, because the money shouldn't be there for Na'Vi to go for a reasonable buy after this if they don't get a bomb plant. So we should have a round of eco out of Na'Vi, or at least, you know, a Tech 9 couple nade sort of buy coming into it, setting up so that Guardian maybe can get his AWP, and they can have a real shot at picking up a 6th round.
It's actually gonna save.
It's not a bad call in the end if he can live, right? I mean, Edward has enough. He has a smoke. He can get 2 flashes in the next round if he can live. So that's not that's not the end of the world.
And let's see if they actually decide to buy instantly and try to force the issue and get a couple of rounds. But
yeah, they'll get plus 3,400, sure, but I mean that's still just.
Seems like he will survive as well.
Yeah, they're not really going to hunt him down, it seems, too heavily. RPK is the man that's going looking for him, but he's a long way away looking at the map. So 7-5. Could they roll it into a 9-5? That's the question. Titan up against just the one rifle. And more importantly, what are Na'Vi going to do? They've got enough. They're going to force it, you know. They're going for it.
The Lil buys, that's it. Guardian skimping on the helmet armor. See skimping on the helmet armor, but look at the nades. It's all about the YOLO run and gun, guys.
Let's see. Well, it seems like they're instantly going for some kind of A pressure.
Very early on here. I think Kenny's peeking at the squeak as well, so they could find an angle there to work. They have flash, 2 flashes, 1 second flash onto C's. We'll see if they use it. Maniac falls back. They catch out Kenny. They catch out everybody. In fact, the speed of this push really working wonders here for Na'Vi. They completely catch Titan out of position and off guard.
And this has to be a round for Na'Vi. They risked it for a biscuit, and they do manage to pull out the round. Titan are on the retake, though. Existence and RBK. That grenade will manage to land on towards Zeus, and well, look at that. Here we go. 2 down already. Suddenly, we're all in a 2-on-2. RPK, that molly, it's going to push out. Flamey, though, it's going going to use the smoke to his advantage. He's got one man left. RPK runs straight across to Flamey. Good work from Flamey pushing through that smoke. Will manage to win the round for Na'Vi. 8-6, final round. And, well, I think shouldn't be a problem at all. Yeah, they can buy straight back up. So Titan are okay. Okay, 9-6, 8-7. Either way, both teams are probably going to be okay with this.
Yeah, I think Na'Vi is really, really happy. I mean, they struggled on their T sides, the other maps I've seen them on, and they're actually playing very well. And now we actually see a change of setup here from Titan. They pushed up 3 in the middle and actually going for this boost play.
Oh, they're going for an Envy boost. They're going straight through the smoke. And wow, Kenny just gets completely caught out. Guardian was ready and waiting for it. That's like the control mid by Envy, right? Where they, they run through their own Molotov.
They had to have heard first upset, because that's literally the first time Titan have gone for that drop. The first time in 50 rounds.
Although Edward caught sleeping there by Apex, Guardian is in position to get the return frag, however, and 3 members here into A main for Na'Vi. The 4th one is going to be closing ranks fairly soon.
Maniac in Existence. Existence up on high, hoping to catch them out, but he's only got a CZ75. Tigris, a wonderful skin he's got on there, but Flamey instead is just drawing their attention while the rest of Na'Vi head tracks straight back to B, it seems. Are they going to go through vents? No, it's going to be a short push. Caesar's going to get around the back of them, and Existence won't be expecting this one.
Look, he's checking for Maniac if he was boosted up in that corner.
And I like that Caesar's actually waiting for the other ones to rotate to his position before he actually makes the push.
Maniac does catch him from quad. If he can get a second, it may well work out for him. Zeus, though, and Flamey move straight in. RPK had rotated, gets himself around there, but with that FAMAS from range, it wasn't strong enough. And it's 8-7, good half from both teams overall as we make the switch.
Yeah, Na'Vi could actually win this map. There's huge potential for this. Their CT side is okay. I mean, I haven't seen them play that much, but picking up 9 rounds or 9 rounds on a CT side on cash is like very, very possible, and that would just be a shock for me. Na'Vi picking up this map.
Yeah, Titan absolutely have to put everything into this pistol round. It worked out for them previously. They were the ones that picked up the opener and then managed to get those 3 rounds on the board, but not too sure. This is like you say, this is a big ask for Titan. Remember, they are 1 map down. They lost 16-12 over on Mirage. Cash being Titan's map choice. Has that put them against them? We've talked about comms, how clear they can be. Has that maybe caused a few problems for them, losing out so heavily? You got to feel if it's your map choice, you got to be strong on CT.
It just felt like Titan were gambling in situation they didn't need to gamble. I mean, Na'Vi took 70 rounds without the pistol.
Yes, and one thing that I want to note, though, is that Titan have always been very strong on T-side cash.
Yeah.
So, them losing, them not getting quite that many CT rounds, they've always struggled CT, or at least they've been struggling on CT side recently. Now they go into what I think is actually their stronger side. So it's going to come down to Na'Vi to lock down these angles, and we are live now in the second half pistol.
You say that, but a lot of that, the T side, the previous strength came from that was Kenny has jumping around main, making those maniac shots with the orb, and he hasn't got it in him. He's clearly struggling with it. Let's get some game sound back in here, because Titan are back underway with the pistol against Na'Vi here in the semi-finals. Edward, well, he's spotted someone squeaky already.
And that's going to be Edward already, exactly, just holding off on short. We have it's kind of a catch-all situation here for Na'Vi, though. They're all kind of grouped around mid, ready to spring to A or B, depending on the information that they get here. Zeus is actually going to come back and close ranks with Flamey on that B site. But Guardian, Edward, and C is very quickly can they move to the A site if they need to. And look at this. Maniac is just the bait. He's just this piece of bait. It's like a cat with a laser pointer right now.
Well, Apex is going to run up. Oh, flying through the air. Manages to get Edward down with that Glock. Straight back around, expecting sees the grenade going flying over his head. Will check someone a truck, gets a good tag on him as well. The Titan have got themselves the bomb planted, and more importantly, they're running and gunning on Na'Vi. But RPK is low on health. Zeus and Flamey trying to push up short. Doesn't happen. Gets cut down. And Titan, what a brilliant pistol round for them. I think Na'Vi just didn't know what hit them.
And just go overrun in like 5 seconds. Everything just happened and just cleared out. And I think the first headshot actually made the difference. We're putting Guardian on low health, not being able to help his man on short, just kind of destroyed the setup when he was backing off.
Yeah, the YOLO was strong in Apex that round, for sure. He was just primed and ready, and now they've just gone like full SMG Tech 9. They're not going to be holding back here at all, Titan. It's all about the run and gun. It's all about the early pressure, and they're going to be able to get onto this B site and get the bomb plan very quickly here. Kenny being thorough enough to check. I like that. He's not going to get caught off guard by anybody hiding behind a box. He takes his time, clears the site, gets the bomb plan, and now we have all 3 members from Na'Vi rotating through the back lines. They're looking through T-spawn. In Existence, he gets that info. They shouldn't get caught out here.
I think they just don't want to give up any kills to those SMGs. Let's just hold on to these damn Desert Eagles. Maniac, though, has other ideas. I wonder... Titan are pretty low on health there. Unless Kenny Esco is looking, I think everybody else is happy to hold the angle. No, that's a lie. I do see Maniac is going to try and make a run for this one. Seas gets one, Seas gets 2.
Why are they challenging?
Well, I mean, I guess they wanted that $600 every kill, but I'm pretty sure they're going to go Tech 9s anyway. Next round, they had the bomb, they got a couple of kills. I guess they felt it was worth.
I suppose. It just feels odd risking, throwing away the money when you can just save for free and deal with them the next round. I mean, the impact that Na'Vi have is pretty much like 0 if they hold out to it back there. Now you've just spent a lot of the money that you made in that last round re-equipping yourself for this one. I don't know, Titan trying to go for a bully tactic, I think, and they actually kind of got slapped down. It's like in all those like revenge videos on YouTube, of the bully and he just gets clocked by this skinny kid. That's kind of just what happened there.
I'm not sure who the skinny kid is on Na'Vi, but they managed to clock him nonetheless. It is Maniac. I guess if Pasha was on the other team, maybe that may be the case. But Maniac, oh, that grenade. Flamey did well to back away. They're going to keep the door shut back on him. Kenny S still holding on to that Mach 10, by the way, here in the 3rd round. They do realize, of course, that Na'Vi are going to be on pistols, so hoping they can pick a couple more up as RPK peeks around with that Tech 9. Will get Zeus down. And as of yet, Na'Vi unable to get anything from this round. Titan just picking him off at will. Ooh, Edward's head was so close to that door. Maniac peeks out. This time they do get the AK down. I think they're going to try and keep hold of it.
Oh, they certainly will. I mean, they could actually try and set up to get more value out of this gun because they're going to be able to buy up the next round regardless here for Na'Vi. So if they can actually get another couple kills in on Titan, I think they'd be well pleased with that. Edward taking that long-range battle. He's not going to have any luck this time around, and he will get caught out by Existence. That was viable. That was viable that Edward just step forward and see if he can get Titan to get a little bit more, feel a little bit more pain in the pocketbook this round here. And,
Na'Vi not having any AWP on the CT side here. I feel like AWPs on this map, like every position is super viable, and it's one of the most important tools for a cash game CT side, as well as T, to get those picks. And we don't see one, and with very low nades as well on the Na'Vi side.
Yeah, that's my main concern. It's going to be really difficult to hold any kind of rush or push if you're already used all of your smokes. You're going to have to rely on the flashes and just the straight elbow grease, I guess, or crosshair placement there from Guardian, racking up a nice kill in mid.
Well, I was about to say this is the difference between Titan and Na'Vi. Na'Vi holding that middle ground, but their Guardian just got gunned down alongside Edward, now Zeus as well. So while they did try and challenge it, they've all been cut down in their tracks. Now Flamey all alone. He's trying to get around the backside, but RKBK unfortunately was ready and waiting for him. Kenny's rushing to get that planted as well, because why not try and get that little extra bit of money? But 12-7 Titan. This is starting to become a pretty good T-side start for them. They've got the first 4 rounds on the board as T.
Yeah, I mean, they just walked out. I mean, they got 4 kills after like 30 seconds. Because they could challenge for the map control so early with Na'Vi not having any smokes to block them off, and that was just very risky, It's very hard to play with low nades on CT.
PK already pushing through, taking down Zeus and Flamey. Just the pistol. Seas does get around the backside. That's going to rescue an AK away from them, and he's already heading around the back.
Where did Kenny's op drop? I almost want to see them boost each other up to get that if they can. Like that would be a really nice little detail to take advantage of if they could find that AWP.
Well, at least he didn't go off the map this time like he did
yeah,
in
like
the match the other day on Cobble. Seized is the one that's with the AK, but he's lost that already. Apex does pop out. Edwards coming around. Well, Apex has already managed to rescue it.
My mistake. I thought that Kenny got boosted that round.
Yeah. Edward, well, he gets one through the vents there. It was RPK who's picked himself up a double in that round.
They've done really good damage this round. 3 kills, they didn't buy, make a force buy. This is actually great from Na'Vi.
They're keeping Titan's money relatively low, considering how many rounds Titan have picked up. It's like 5 in a row now for Titan.
There's still got plenty.
RPK, like
Yeah.
11K. That's actually kind of scary. 9,000 as well on Kenny. He can buy ops all day.
And it is a double up setup actually coming out from Na'Vi. So this is something you've talked about a lot. It's like if it's not working up close with the rifles, keeping them at arm's length. Oh God, Zeus as well with his.
That's wild. Where is Zeus going to take this? I want to see him take it and hold like long A. Instead, he's going to go onto Zeus. Okay, he's going to go into mid, try and hold this angle. Guardian has actually got control of B halls, and he takes out Kenny. So there's that aggressive opping that just isn't working out for the Frenchman.
This is, like, look, it's going to be so hard
Oh, they got him.
for Titan to actually get map control.
Well, I was wondering if they were going to be expecting that one, but they actually managed to get Zeus down. And we see Guardian rotating towards mid. That's left Flamey all on his own on this B site. We've got Maniac just causing problems over on A, but it's B site that they're aiming for. Flamey does the damage though. Manages to get Apex down. That's to slow things down. Existence and RPK now moving inside. Guardian's rotating in towards CT. Gets flashed off from this one and smoked away, but he's got an angle. He's got an angle onto site, and they're going to have to back away from it. Look at RPK. He's making tracks. Apex. Maniac has made his way towards A.
So many things to talk about here as well. We'll have to hold out, but Seized is in the perfect position. He was in the perfect position to catch Maniac rotating out of Squeak as well, because Na'Vi have done their homework. They know that Maniac goes Squeak door every single round practically. Seized is now just going to lurk around here, but it seems like Maniac is wise to it. Doesn't matter though when Seized can hit shots like that. And now it's Existence 1v2, takes the fight versus Seized, and he's got 30 seconds left. Guardian not going to be in position to stop him, although he could actually cut him off. Existence doesn't even know where he wants to go. He's going to make the run to A, and Guardian unfortunately makes the wrong call, and he's going to have to come in on a flank behind him.
But he knows it's A. He's going to get the angle. Existence is going to delay on this one as well, and Guardian's by getting all the time in the world to get back around to him. Has got the AWP in hand. There's the bomb plant. It's not going to be visible for Guardian, but as soon as he tries to make this cross, Guardian, no! He wasn't scoped up ready for it. And well, Existence, you see the celebration coming out from Maniac. They know what that means. That is potentially map point for them. 14-7. This is going to be a forced buy from Na'Vi, and it's just a mishmash of what they can pick up.
That was just great game sense from Existence. He actually just, he has to be behind me. If he's not holding A, he saw on the def cam I was running A first, so he has to be behind me in that situation, which is just very, very smart and calculated from Existence to win that 1v1.
Maniac going to get traded up on the A there. Unfortunately for Na'Vi, it doesn't go their way. They don't manage to get that clean. Although they do take little damage on Seas. They're already out of nades. They've got a single flash on Zeus, Na'Vi, to stop this future push that's about to come into a site. So there's really is not a lot to work with here. Titan, in the meantime, however, have spread out all over the map, in fact, and they are just taking their time with this.
Seized is...
Can he actually get...
Oh, he stepped. Gets the second chance. Kenny, yes, actually squatted for that one, made sure he made it count, but it does mean that Titan are on towards the site now. RPK picks up Zeus, meanwhile, that's down over at B, but here on A, Guardian is trying to keep them at bay, but Titan are in, and now looking towards map point. Flamey, the sole man, trying to get that rotate down. Will manage to pick himself up Apex, but he's in an almost impossible position here. As Kenny has boosted up, he got a glimpse of his shoulder, and tagged up Kenny, forcing Kenny back.
And Kenny missed the shot there, actually. Uncharacteristic of him for such a shot like that. Flamey is now going to try and pressure forward. He's just going to go for the run, but RPK gets flashed on short. That allows okay, RPK unflashed at the right time there. I thought that Flamey would actually be able to make the mad dash onto the site and pressure Kenny properly.
But 7 terrorist rounds in a row. Now he's, the biggest...
Semler's just basking in his glory, by the way, right now. Talking about T-side for Titan. Yeah, no doubt about it. Na'Vi have been at war with themselves. They even went for that double AWP and auto sniper in one round, and it just backfired on them. Nothing's really working for them. I think that's what it is.
Basically the closest round they had of actually making something happen for them.
Well, here we go. The all-out unadulterated aggression from Na'Vi, and it's... Well, okay, I spoke too soon, because Kenny comes in and gets 2 kills. RPK and Maniac, what happened? Zeus is about to get flanked by RPK as well, but Kenny decides to get the kill first. And I got ahead of myself there. I thought that the ultra aggression from Na'Vi would work, but that's not the case. Titan just closed down Cash.
Yeah, that was solid. 8 rounds back to back on... yeah, 8 rounds, every single round on T-side. Beautifully done, Titan. Map 3 is upon us. It will be Cobblestone. And well, that could go anyway, I feel. But overall, Cash, solid turnout from Titan. That's why they picked it.
I actually feel like Navi could be a very, very good cash team if they actually just worked on their CT side. Otherwise, you know, very, very good from Existence Men. They just kept on pressuring them, and they, you know, they had so many low nade buys, you know, Navi, so it can really stop the pushes Titan made. So yeah, just well played.
And, you know, we talked about Kenny S, and actually he stepped up on T-side. He suddenly was landing those shots.
He got into those positions, right, where he was, it was after Apex, everybody ran into the sites, and then he was able to actually just, like, hold these angles or just not manage to close it. When he peaked aggressive, that's when we actually saw him, you know, get caught out. And, like, B-Halls, for example, Guardian picked him off there one round. So, I mean, he found the happy medium, I think. And more importantly, Maniac, Apex, these players managed to step up again for Titan and get the job done with the rifles. So really good to see that Titan, you know, they have that kind of good performance to go off of now going into the third map. Because if they had to fight tooth and nail to get this one, it would have been incredibly tough. Of course, you know, they were battling for their tournament life here for the title. So now we're at least tied up 1-1.
Well, Cobblestone is the next map. It's the final decider map, ladies and gentlemen. This is the ESL Pro League. We are all square, one apiece. Navi versus Titan. We're back up to the break.